Welcome to SpeakEasy Conversations 62 Mother's Day edition with Doug and the fabulous Renee. Oh, I'm sorry. R.A. Pickup.
Well, you guys can call me Renee. My friends and everybody on in your audience can call me Renee.
All right. What are we having? Are we having something in our Doug? I'm having something you sent me.
Hey, go on a field.
What's going on with this one, Doug? A nice little Belgian style white ale, right, Doug?
Yeah, from West Kill, one of my new favorite New York State breweries.
Very crushable and nice with the Belgian-y side, right? Yeah. Nice. What you got, Renee?
Anything? I got a Mezcal Paloma.
Ooh.
I made too early, so the ice is melted a little bit.
Yeah, you have my attention.
That's very good. I already knew it was gonna be good because we had these at the Second Saturday Art Walk last month, and they were so good. We're having them again tomorrow, but I couldn't wait, so I made one at home.
Hey, why not? Right,
it's really good. If you're in the Joshua Tree area, you come by Coyote Little tomorrow night. I'll make you one.
I might have to catch a plane. I'm not sure if I can do that. Sure. Yeah, I love mezcal. Yeah,
it's I'm with you on that. I don't know. I never liked Paloma until I had a Mezcal Paloma, and then I was like, "Oh, there!" It needed the smoke.
Yeah. Greg, what's your opinion on mezcal versus tequila? Because I know you're like a top brand tequila guy. What do you think of mezcal?
I haven't really messed with mezcal that much, actually. But when I've had it, I liked it, Doug. I haven't really had it though. I don't know much about it since. Really close though, right?
It's a lot smokier, but it's pretty like you could sub mezcal for tequila in almost any tequila cocktail. And then there's a few that use both, like a few cocktails that use both, and those are really nice if you have a good quality tequila and a nice mezcal.
And we are Smoky is great for me, but we are broadcasting, Doug, on Scotchfully Yours on Facebook and Daddy Porter on Facebook, just to get the mom's word out.
Yeah,
for record. Yeah, I love the smokiness, so I need to get into those more. Doug, do you have anything smoky?
I don't have anything smoky. What I do have is a style of beer I do not see a lot. A California Common Lager.
Oh.
Crookerville Copper. Now, this is out of Bittersweet Brewing out of this little place called Franklin, New York. I've had a couple of their beers on the show. It's not far from my house. I really need to get there because they've had some real bangers. I was like, a common lager. God, all right, I got to pick that up just because you don't see those very often. Not many people make those.
They're coming back, I want to say. Steam beers, California Commons. Yeah.
Maybe. So we're going to give this a pour. We're just going to see how it is. So that's the thing is this Bittersweet Brewing, which, like I said, I need to get there. They make some really interesting stuff. Like they don't just make, here's 15 IPAs and, I'll throw a lager and a stout. But look at that color. That is lovely. Nice amber color on it. Oof. Okay, that's like almost like a sweet lager.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's super interesting. Like I was expecting it to be a little bit more in the amber notes because the common lagers and common ales that I've had have been more in that amber style. This actually has some sweetness in it. I wonder, like it has like this citrus thing on the front of it. Let me see. Maybe they threw some citrus in this. Yeah, they don't have any descriptor on the can, so I'm gonna have to look that up. So because that's got like some sweetness in it and a little acidity, so I'm thinking they threw some citrus in there. So let me look that up and see. But it's definitely interesting and tasty.
Does anybody know what Daniel's talking about?
That's some sort of mezcal or tequila, I'm assuming.
That's all I know. I'm not an expert.
Okay. He's going to beer soon though. All right. Little editorial note before we get to our guests. I have started something new here called The Session with Greg Washington under the Badger Beer Report Network. It is me, Renee, acting like a reporter.
Nice.
Yeah. It's in the vein of another thing we do called the interview with Chris Drosner, which is basically our reporter question kind of form back and forth. As y'all know me, I am a very conversational kind of interviewer, if you want to say, and that's more straight down the line news and keeping my goofy opinion out of it. So, it is pretty fun. It is fun. And the first one I did with Scott from Titletown Brewing here in Wisconsin, celebrating their 30th birthday by expanding to another location. So it's interesting. A lot of things going on there. And if y'all want the scoop, check it out. He actually broke news on when the expansion is going to open on my goofy little show. So I was happy about that. And that's it, y'all. So, Doug, what are you doing over there?
I was looking up what's in this thing because I'm baffled that it has like a sweet note to it. So nothing I'm finding online says anything about any sort of citrus data. But I mean that looks like an orange or some shit on the label. So
Yeah,
it's an orange lager.
It's not orange.
Sweet lager is such an interesting pair of words.
Yeah, I've never had anything quite like it. I see this being like really good on a hot day, like pretty close to lawnmower beer style. So,
all right. Well, Doug, this is our baby, but you're the producer of this one, so I'm gonna let you fly.
Yeah. So every year for the past, I think it's our third year that we've done this, if I'm not mistaken. We decided to have a Mother's Day show, and hey, shout out to all the moms, all of them. Like not all of them, but some of them aren't great, but they're also shitty dads too. So let's just say that's not a
shout out to most of the mothers.
Most of the mothers, but so what's great about this is we have a lot of folks in our sphere that have been on the show or watch or whatever who are moms, and we had 4 folks slated to come on. Fortunately, one person was sick, and another person is taking care of their dog at an emergency vet visit. So we're down to 2 moms. Normally we'd have 4, and then we just kind of let them take the show over. And it's going to be slightly different because we only have 2, but as you know, Renee's mom and our other friend is going to come on here. And would you like me to bring her on there, Greg? All right. Well, let's bring on our friend Heather Pavich. Pavich? Man, I'd say Pavich, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. No.
Pavich.
All right. My apologies.
It's
okay.
Okay.
Welcome, Heather.
Hi, guys.
What are you drinking? Anything? You got anything in a glass?
I am. I just got home. I honestly just grabbed this from the fridge. So this is something my husband picked up. This is a local brewery here called the Ravenous Pig.
Ooh.
They have great food too. Their pub burger, if you're ever in Central Florida, highly recommend it. They're over in Winter Park, and they have a great pub burger. They're one of those locations where they have a bar and then they have a sit-down restaurant, and the sit-down restaurant is almost always reservation only, but the bar area you can walk up and usually get a seat, and the bar has a separate menu, and the pub burger is excellent. And they have their own brewery. So it's very good.
Mm.
What makes the pub burger so good? If I can ask, because everybody has different interpretations of what a good burger is. So.
Fair.
It's good quality meat. They do like a really good, they do really good caramelized onions and Swiss melt. The bun is usually a brioche bun. And I really love the skinny fries. So like the skinny, like
shoestring
fry. Yes. They're just.
No.
Stop it, Doug.
Hey, to each their own.
Yeah. It's not the healthiest of options, but it's good.
I've never met
Doug
I didn't like.
Yeah.
Doug always has to ruin a good food take.
It was a good food take. It was a good food take until shoestring fries. That's all.
My friends and I actually had a thing where we rated all the fries we could possibly think of, and we individually rated them as like number 1 to number. I think we got up to like 15 or 16 different types of fries, and it really helps you determine who your friends are.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. I have something messy for y'all. Can we get into something messy real quick?
I would expect nothing less.
Before we get into something serious. So I need honest answers from the moms first.
Mine looks like D right now.
D?
Somebody hasn't done the dishes yet.
Who's somebody?
Somebody.
My teenage. Yeah. As we were discussing before we started, teenagers are not always the most compliant.
Are you one of those people that gets irritated if your sink is like D?
I don't really, you know what? I'm not a clean freak. But I do not like it when the sink is full because I want to be able to wash my hands. I want to be able to like drain pasta if I need to. So that does get me. Full sink does get me.
Heather, what's your sink like right now? Tell the truth.
The truth is my sink looks like A, but has nothing to do with me. As Doug knows, I scooted in here on 2 wheels in a thunderstorm because I was out at dinner with some friends. My husband was here with the boys, and it looks like A. My husband does a great job, and he usually keeps the sink better looking than I do. So it looks like A right now, but because of Scott, not because of me.
Doug?
A, and it's not because of me, it's because of Jill. Because she is a person that at the end of the night, she likes a clean kitchen when she goes to bed. That was born of her upbringing.
Mm-hmm. I need to get in that state of mind.
Yeah. I like it. Now the thing is if she doesn't do it, I do it. So like tonight, she decided to take care of it. So, it just looks like A right now. So normally it's an A to B range. Throughout the day, it gets to about C. It almost never gets the D because my wife would be completely grossed out by that to the point that she would just tell me, you have to take care of that.
Yeah, so, I do want to say mine does not have like floating food in it. It just has all dishes.
Floating food is something.
Yeah. Clarify. A lot of dishes, but not, yeah.
All right, Greg. Well, that leaves you. What's your sink looking like?
I have no idea, but I would suspect if it's anything like it normally is, living with 2 young adult men, it is absolutely, without a doubt, at least a C. It's probably not a D because if I remember, most of the dishes were done when we were up there or when I was up there, but they're the people that will just leave that, like, that with the drain with like food in it. They're fine with that. They don't care. And they are fine with that, and like they'll just leave it, and I'm the one who always comes in and does it. And then it's one of those things, like no matter how many times you say it, they just don't either give a fuck, care, listen. It's just not. So at some point you just give up, right? Now we're back to the parenting. You just do it yourself. You grumble under your mouth, and you say expletives under your breath, and you move along, Doug. You move along. So my answer is C. It's a firm C. I could probably confirm it. It's probably a C. That's their idea of it being clean.
That's one of the issues in my house too, is different ideas of what it means to have a clean kitchen is an ongoing battle.
Correct. Now the bathroom is kind of not the same. They're actually better than me in there, actually, if y'all believe it. So, do y'all have different standards of what the bathroom should be?
Everyone in my house has their own bathroom, and this is for everybody's health.
Health, like long-term health, like people staying alive and stuff.
Yeah, well, because here's the thing, right? Is when my husband and I first moved in together, and up till after our daughter was potty trained, we lived in a tiny little house with one bathroom, and somebody was always mad at somebody about something. Right? You left this on the counter because the counter's only this big, or like you put your stuff on the floor, or you put your stuff in the here, whatever, right? So when we had enough space that everybody's bathroom would be their own responsibility, we were just like, what if we just did that? But my teenager's bathroom is the one that guests use, so I still have to get on her to keep it clean. Because like if someone comes over and needs to use the bathroom, I don't want them to be like horrified.
Heather?
We also have our own bathrooms, and one of my sons keeps his very clean, and the other one I have to remind every single night to clean the toothpaste out of the bottom of the sink. And I walk by it with a little Lysol wipe, and I just drop it, and he
subtle hint.
He usually it's followed by clean your sink. And then we have a bathroom down. Their bedrooms are upstairs. We have a bathroom downstairs, which is used by all. And like if people are coming in and out of the house, we use it. And so the boys have to clean that bathroom twice a week. One of them cleans it once, the other one cleans it another day. And it's just wiping off the sink and making sure the toilet is user friendly.
I like that.
And so they know how to clean the toilets. The one with the dirtiest sink absolutely loves to clean toilets. I think because he just likes to squirt an unholy amount of the toilet bowl cleaner in there, and then he uses the brush and like
Maybe he thinks he's making soup.
It's like a little cauldron for him. He's just like he's loving it. So they know how to clean the bathrooms, but left to their own accords, probably wouldn't look how they look.
Can I tell you one of the grossest things I ever heard about toothpaste?
Oh boy.
My son was in his freshman year at school. He's 25 now. So that's college. So this is a long time ago. And his roommate was like, would rinse their mouth out after, and they would take a hand towel and just wipe all the toothpaste off that way. And they had just like 5 hand towels just filled with toothpaste. And I was like, I have never heard of anybody doing that ever in my life. And
I'm horrified.
Like, what do you
I would rather someone just spit it in the sink and leave it in the sink, because at least then you can rinse it out. You don't go to dry your hands and get a handful of somebody's used toothpaste.
And they shared a bathroom. So fortunately, at like 4 weeks into school, that person just dropped out of school, and they were like that.
I have a crazy.
Good for you, son, because you did that.
My dorms all had shared bathrooms, so it was like you had to leave your room, go into a bathroom that had several showers, several toilets, several sinks. And there was a girl who's known to just waltz on in and take care of her sex toy hygiene right in the sinks. Not even like, let's do it in the shower where I have some privacy and people don't have to know. Just right there in the sink.
Hey, talk about being free. Good for you.
There were a lot of things about that girl that were particularly notable, let's say. But yeah, you're like, I have to use that sink. Like, come on.
Might I recommend a Lysol wipe for them?
Yeah, right. Well, they weren't very popular, but I didn't even know if they had them back then. Not to out myself as an old lady.
No, I same. I mean, when I was in college, I did not have Lysol wipes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, and college living, it's great. Once I got locked out after a shower and was just like had to go down to the front desk in a towel. So
That's fun.
if your kids are getting ready to go to college, just check what the bathroom situation is.
Will do.
Maybe you don't want to share it with the entire building.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Doug, you have a question you want to share with the entire building?
Yes. So this actually ties in a little bit to the thing Greg did earlier. So, hey, Steve Bilko, it's been a million years since I've seen you. Welcome, Steve. So here's the question, and I saw a guy who's a chef said this is his icebreaker at parties. Rank your carbs. Your carbs are potatoes, noodles, rice, bread, and
Pasta.
what's that? And pasta.
Yeah,
you
noodles
have
and
to-
pasta is a separate entity. I remember this because I did
Yes.
it. My husband.
And I did this with and let me say that my number one was very much in the minority. So, all right,
Wait.
Heather's getting her right pad out. This is gonna be good.
What was it?
Yeah.
Potatoes,
Good.
rice, noodles.
Pasta and bread.
This was your parenting question for the moms?
No, this is just a goofy question. I will have
Yeah.
parenting questions after.
Hold
this.
on, wait.
I was asking
noodles
for the
are
parenting
separate-
question.
Oh,
Noodles
sorry.
are separate than pasta?
Yeah, because noodles are made differently than pasta.
What are we writing down now? Jesus Christ, Doug.
Yeah, I didn't want to give people homework. I was just curious.
Well,
what they thought.
we
I'm
got
good.
it now.
I got
So
it.
just,
I got
we
this.
got it now.
I got
so
mine.
might
I
as
got
well-
this.
I got mine.
All
I had
might
to
as well
kind
buy
of do
in.
a little bit of math on the bottom too, but I got it.
All right, Renee. you
I
first.
have one question for the
Okay,
class.
before that.
Are we talking potatoes, the solid version or the liquid version for vodka? Or
What?
No,
Oh,
I was
no,
I was
that's
not
good.
counting liquid version. I was
I
not
didn't
counting
include
that.
vodka in my accounting.
okay, just
But-
checking.
Doug, what is this? Potato, bread, pasta. What are we? What the?
Noodles
Noodles
of
and
rice.
Okay. And what are we supposed to be doing with this mess?
Just rank them from 1 to 5.
Oh my god.
All right, Doug, go.
Oh,
Right.
me? All right.
Yeah. Well, you started this mess.
Number one is potatoes. That is the most versatile of all things. I fucking
Well-
love potatoes. I can eat them in every form.
So these are our personal feelings on these things.
Yes,
Yes.
personal, not just
Yeah, personal.
how you view it. So
How we like it.
second
Okay.
second is rice because rice is super versatile. Noodles, bread, then pasta.
I feel like I don't even know you, Doug.
I'm so
I can't imagine
disappointed
being
right
more
now.
wrong.
I think I need to leave.
Yeah, can't imagine being more right. Versatility is not.
I am a
Doesn't
functional
matter.
person.
Very much.
Everything is about almost everything is functional for me. If it's I need like 3 uses out of everything. That's how my brain works.
Okay.
Trust me, in my house, nobody had anything ranked like that. There was very much different.
That is it.
Same.
You focus on how versatile they are. It's like I don't. First of all, I disagree because bread is versatile. Pasta is versatile. What are you talking
There
about?
we
Not
go.
versatile?
Do you know how many different types of bread there are?
You know how many different types of pasta there are?
Right? Come on.
Come on. Anyway,
I said what I said, so now y'all can make your case.
all right. Well, obviously, now I'm going to tell you my bottom 3. It's just vibes because I love carbs of all kinds, and it's very like had I not done this before, I don't know I'd be able to do it in the moment because it's like picking a favorite kid. I assume I only have one kid. Never had to do that, but
I have 4, so that's a harder thing for me.
one kid, 5 carbs, you know? So bread, because bread, I mean, bread can be sweet bread. It can be like beautiful fresh baked French bread. It could be the really nice white bread that Jeffrey Burns and I agree makes the best peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's Artisano, by the way.
Mm.
Anyway, so bread, number 1. Potato, number 2. Never met a potato I didn't like. And as Heather mentioned, I forgot about it while I was doing my ranking, but it's also can be alcohol. So then it goes pasta, noodles, rice. And the whole reason there, rice is at the bottom because I will have rice to accompany things, but I will have a pasta dish or noodle dish on its own, of its own beauty. I'm never going to say like, oh, I don't really care what kind of sauce you put on my pasta, or, oh, I don't really care what kind of noodles these are. I'm like, that's my focus of the meal.
Okay.
Fair.
Heather?
My first one is but also I love all the carbs. So bread, number 1. Always. Potato is number 2, both for the duality of solid versus liquid version of it. 3, pasta. 4, noodle. 5, rice. I also
look at that. See, she got it right.
we don't eat a ton of rice. We really don't.
We eat tons of rice here.
It's I mean, half my family refuses to eat rice, so I don't cook it a lot. And if I do, it has to be very, very seasoned rice, like a Spanish rice type thing. It has to be very like I can't just cook up some jasmine rice and be like, here's your side.
Yeah, to me, rice is like you have a very liquidy main and you're putting it on the rice.
Yeah. Like we have a chicken thigh meal where it's like the chicken thighs are cooked in like a Lipton onion soup mix and it's very, delicious. It makes a lot of cream and you put that over top of the rice.
Right. By the way, I apologize for saying liquidy instead of saucy. And that was horrible. Sorry.
Saucy.
We'll correct that.
All right, Greg, yours, man. What do you got?
Yeah, what Renee said actually exactly.
See, all three of us. It's clear there's a right answer, Doug. I'm sorry.
Y'all are afraid to buck against the norm. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't think so. I think that bread is going to be most people's number one.
I'm not on the island of Survivor. I'm not trying to make this a functionality thing. I'm going on pure vibes and taste. So I don't care if the potato is more functional.
Okay, then look. However,
it is number 2 though. So
right now, so this is a great argument for rice because I did not think about.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you could just make a rice dish. So yeah,
and then also biryani. Yes, that I can't argue with that. That is amazing. That's an amazing meal.
True.
Yeah. So, but I eat ramen and like pho and stuff like that like way more often than I eat sushi and biryani. Not for lack of wanting, but I live kind of in the middle of nowhere. So
and my sushi, like, yeah, it has some rice, but let's be honest, like
we're there for the fish. Yeah,
fish is the main thing. Like,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been to like really, really high end sushi restaurants, and you can tell the difference, like in the way they prepare the fish. It's like, oh my god, I wanted to believe that regular sushi, expensive sushi, pretty much the same. It's not. But the rice is kind of just rice, no matter where you go. When it comes to sushi.
But do you rinse your rice?
I don't make rice enough. I don't know.
I make rice all the time, and I always rinse it. Good job. Unless it's brown rice. Brown rice you don't have to rinse.
Okay. Really? I learned that lesson.
Yeah. If you like sticky rice, you could not rinse it. That's fine.
Rice spends 90% of its life of a food trying to kill you. It is like one of the most easily contaminated foods. It's like only good at like the specific temperature when it is just cooked, and then every degree lower it drops, you are more likely to get food poisoning. Oh, jambalaya!
I actually had that for dinner, and it was really good. Yeah,
I think I might have to move rice above noodles now. But I don't know. I do feel like pasta noodles and rice are kind of all like tied anyway, because it's like.
I was gonna say, isn't pasta noodles, Doug?
No.
That was the argument my oldest son had when I was talking to him. My son was like, "Well, why isn't noodles and pasta together?" Now
because they're made differently.
My son is also autistic. My son is also autistic, and would say they have the same texture, kind of like that's how his brain will work.
But also, is a black and white thing. They're not the same thing. Noodles are what you find in Asian dishes. Pasta is what you find in like Italian dishes. They're made completely differently.
Mm-hmm.
The one exception is spaghetti. Those are noodles. They're not pasta.
Wait, that's the best guy.
That's true. That's true. Brown rice has a lot to answer for.
My wife really likes brown rice because she likes the nuttiness of it, but it is weirdly more difficult to make than white rice.
Yeah. I think stroganoff is a pasta, actually.
Well, it's egg noodles. At least it is where
we are. Egg noodle. Then it is a noodle. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was just picturing it. I don't make stroganoff, so.
I do. It's noodles.
There you go.
Nudes.
All right, Doug. Do you have a parenting question?
All right.
No,
I
we're
do.
only talking about noodles tonight, Greg.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
40-minute
and
conversation
pasta.
on noodles and
Learn
pasta.
something
Yeah.
new.
Yeah. I could probably talk for 30 minutes about potatoes, but that's different.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love it.
you got the
I
floor.
could fill this show just talking about bread.
All right. So here's the question so Heather, you're a little closer to this age range, and Renee, you're a little farther out. When your kids were
I'll
little,
be back.
like, and I'm talking 3, 4, what was the food that they liked the most? What did you, like, it didn't have to be an everyday, but that was like, this is what I like. Typically it's like mac and cheese, chicken nuggets, hot dogs. What was the one for, like, Heather, you have 2 kids, Renee, you have 1. What was their sort of go-tos? It doesn't have to be one. It could be a couple,
Yeah, we had a couple. So chicken nuggets, because like every preschool in the world. And then the really funny one is linguiça, which is Portuguese sausage. My kid loved it. And then as she got older, we had to like talk her back into trying it because she forgot that she loved it.
Mine are different by the kids. So
Sure.
chicken
That happens
nuggets.
with all
Yeah. My older one we found out the hard way that you can overdose on watermelon. And we had to we had to really watch watermelon and melon intake with him because he would make his tummy upset with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
And my younger one, it was bread carbs primarily, but like anything he could get a hold of, my younger one was the climber. He's the one that has the photo album on my phone that says Gavin Get Down. Whole album for him. And he would be like 3 years old and he'd climb up on the counter and he'd like break open a
loaf of bread
or bagels or whatever he was up there, and you would see him just like walk by with like a handful of carbs.
We've all been there. We've all wanted to do that.
I mean, honestly, I was just kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
He's problem solving. Like, look at this kid. He's 18 months old and he's getting his own snacks. I like this.
Right? Independence.
It was like,
yeah. I have 4. So like you said, Heather, different for everybody. Like my 2 sons for my first marriage, they were chicken nuggets and mac and cheese all the time. I remember when Joel and I were dating, and my kids were like 5 and 3 when Joel and I were dating, and we got them Chinese food, but just standard, easy peasy Chinese food. We got them, sweet and sour chicken because if you could dip it, like just really. And my oldest looked at it and said, "You can't expect me to eat this." He was 5. He said, "You can't expect me to eat this. This is incorrect chicken." Which to this day is one of my favorite things he's ever said.
I love it.
this is not right.
No, he was like, "This isn't right. This isn't chicken nuggets." And I was like, "It's chicken."
In my home, it would to this day be called incorrect chicken. We call lobster monster for this very reason.
Monster.
What, Craig?
No, if you have a follow-up, Doug, or I have, I'm going to take it to
my follow-up
another.
was to you. My follow-up was to you about that for your kids, and then
What are your kids like when they were little?
I didn't come here to answer questions. What was the question?
It's like, I'm going to ask questions. Thank you.
When your kids were little, what was like their go-to thing to eat?
Oh shit! Yeah, chicken fingers, fries, pizza. It was so. It was a phase. How about that? It was a phase. Let's just keep it at that.
Oh, you know, I remember too, my kid used to practically drink the salsa on the table at Mexican restaurants when she was little.
It would just infuriate me to ordering hamburgers at a Mexican restaurant was just I just couldn't with him. So something that infuriates Doug, but I would love to hear what we all know what Doug's opinion is on this. Not that he can't give it again, but he's very, very outspoken on this part. I would love to hear what y'all think about this. How are moms specifically with y'all? And I will drop off, and I have some other questions too to ask, but I think this one may go a little bit. How are y'all? And Doug's gonna go. how are y'all dealing with AI? Your kids' opinion of it, your kids' usage of it. Oh, look at Renee. You're how clearly everybody has an opinion on it. A lot of opinions are nuanced. Some of them aren't.
It isn't.
Some of them are. I completely love it. Some of them are fuck it. So how is that affecting your parenting? How are you dealing with it? All of that, because I know it's a thing. Kids want to do their homework on it. Kids want to do. I mean, it shapes what they watch. Sometimes it's just a whole thing. I'll leave it at that, and I will tee off and let our co-host go.
Okay,
and I'm gonna get off so I can shut my mouth. Right, I just opened up a can of worms.
OpenAI stole my work to train OpenAI. That literally there's a database you can check. It happened to me. I wasn't as hit as hard as some of my friends, like some of my friends, I think, including Chuck Wendig, their entire catalogs were used, every book they've ever written. I got a big chip on my shoulder about it. And then also because I do digital photography and I do these crazy wild edits, like I have to tell people all the time, like, no, it's not AI. AI actually couldn't do this, by the way. Whatever. I am so anti-AI. And one of the things I've noticed is, like, because I'm in both worlds, I'm in the visual arts and I'm in the the writing world, is that a lot of people will be like viciously against it if it's their thing, but think it's okay if it's the thing they can't do. So that's polarized me as well. And I was very heartened. We were driving back. I took my kid and one of her friends to see Hadestown a few weeks ago. And on the way back, they were talking about AI. And what I'm seeing, and this, I don't know if this is just from my sample, right, of my kids' friends, and then like people I've worked with in workshops I've taught and stuff. The kids don't like it. Like, then now, are they going to cheat on their homework with it? What kid is not going to cheat on their homework? But they don't like it. They don't like AI art. They don't like AI writing. They think it's cringe. They think it sucks. But you know who loves it? People over 55 fucking will die on the hill. I had a workshop where like it got combative. And all my co-teacher and I had done was talk about someone facing a negative consequence for using AI. We didn't even tell them not to use it. And it got to the point where it was like, do we need to like give everyone a break to calm down? So made me feel, it made me feel good that the kids are against it, but it is very strange to see like the older generation is like, well, why can't I use it? And it's like, no one's going to come into your house and arrest you for it, but like, why do you want to use it?
Yeah.
So,
my kids are a bit younger. I have 12 and 9. They're against it. My 12-year-old has been like, this is trash. Why do people use this? I also think it's really interesting how another good friend of mine, and we have similar aged kids. They're really good at identifying AI, even better than I am, just by like looking at an image and going, that's AI. They are very attuned to like the little nuances of an AI image, which gives me hope because that was one of my things, would be like, could they even distinguish it? And they're very good at distinguishing it. My 12-year-old thinks it's trash and it should be banned. And we've had discussions about like, there could be a time and a place for aspects of AI. Do I think it should be used in artwork? No, I don't. But in my field, we have to write a lot of session notes following every single session, summarizing data that goes on and on and on. And to be able to click a button that says, it just summarizes it. It's not creating artwork. It's just saying that like during this session, there were 4 instances of elopement. There were 7 instances of disruptive behavior. And it literally just summarizes it. I think for people in fields like that, I've spoke with some speech pathologists, some occupational therapists, where we have to write extensive session notes for these insurance companies. I think it has value and I think it has a place. I think it obviously needs to be checked, and we obviously read, like we read it and proofread it to make sure like it makes sense and it's not, and these are also all provided through the software for which we bill. So I think it has a time and it has a place, but I also think we need to keep it in check. And I don't think that time and place is in the art field.
Well, I think what you hit on is important too, because I kind of forgot about this, but there's 3 things that are called AI right now, right? One is large language model, which is generative AI, which is the stuff that like it takes everything on the internet and it spits out what it thinks an amalgamation of all that looks like based on your prompt. Then you have algorithmic AI, which is kind of what you're talking about. And that's used like, when people are like, you don't want them to use it to diagnose cancer. It's like, they are not using the shit you're using on Chat GPT to diagnose cancer. And then the third thing, and this is the one that's driving me nuts, is stuff that has existed for time out of mind that companies are now calling AI because they think it's like the hot new thing. So as like, for example, as a digital photographer, I go in Lightroom and now to denoise a picture is AI, but it's the same tool it's always been. But if I use it, then it sends metadata out saying I used AI. So now I have to do it manually so it doesn't tag my shit as AI. That drives me insane because I don't
exactly.
So it's kind of interesting when you have all these different things going on, and people are kind of getting it like it's all one thing, and it's not.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just saw that there was a chat on here. I'm like, oh wait, there's chat. People are talking.
I just noticed that we had a whole bunch of stuff in there, and I was like, did I miss something?
My beef is when corporate leaders insist on using it without clearly identifying. Yeah, exactly. Tech companies learned the hard way. Yeah, I agree. I mean,
well, video is such a.
Wait, which one are you reading, Heather? I'll put it up.
This one, I got it. NVIDIA is such an interesting company, and that's, I think, all I can say about it without taking over the whole rest of the show. I am not a fan.
And now she goes on her TED Talk.
Yeah, I'll record a whole separate thing later. Like,
I got some questions for y'all if y'all are done talking about AI.
Let's go, Greg.
I'm glad to hear that the kids are pushing back on it. I'm glad. My sons are. They say kind of the same things, but they understand that they could use it, but not, definitely in an artistic way. They definitely know what ways that they want, and they know where the fuck shit lies, it feels like. So I think that's all we can hope from our younger kids, is that they know what they're messing around with. Does that make sense? I mean, at least there's a little bit of that base, kind of not messing around with, or what, what's available to them. But yeah, so I have this one. Got some hard ones for you. So how do y'all teach your children to be empathetic and open-minded when the world around them, y'all, and often the social feeds are just so deeply polarized, aggressive, I'll say gross, disgusting. Kind of the thing that we definitely did not have to deal with as our parents were trying to make sure we weren't watching MTV, y'all.
That brain
rot. So wasn't that a fun part of history? Yeah, don't watch the MTV because it's bad. Now we have what we have. So Renee,
I was there.
Whichever y'all want to take that one, and we'll just.
I'm very lucky that my kid is very naturally empathetic, and likes to be a little more introspective about the nuance behind issues, and we talk regularly about how, especially in online discourse, nuance is missing. Right? Like everything's black and white. There's no nuance. And then we also, I mean, she's a teenage girl, so she's got teenage girl problems, and you can't really discuss those without getting into like how interpersonal things work and trying to have empathy and trying to see it from other people's point of view, because unfortunately, groups of teenage girls can get really, really gnarly, and you have to kind of breathe and have some more empathy if you're going to make it. Right. So I don't know. I think it's just a constant conversation. I think that's the most you can hope for.
Evan?
I mean, I would say I'm also blessed with 2 boys who seem genuinely empathetic to life and things. And I think just it's also about our parenting outlook. When we see something, instead of being judgmental, we state it with, instead of maybe making a judgmental statement, I try to say it like, that person might be going through a lot. I hope they're able to work through it, and I hope they're able to see it. We are also very, very lucky in the fact that we travel a lot. And so exposing them to different parts of the world and different cultures and different areas of our town and other places around here has really been, I think it's very opening to them to see that like not everyone lives in this house. People all over the world in different places, and we've talked to them. We've had conversations where we've said, the majority of the world is homeless. The majority of the world does not own a home. And that's reality. That's not something I made up. That is, reality. And explaining that to our children and letting them know that, just because this is your reality doesn't mean this is the reality of the world. And, you need to just kind of take everyone with like a grain of salt. Like you don't really know what their history behind everything is. So just trying to take it as that.
Yeah. I think, oh, thank you, Zach. You're very sweet. One other thing though, I think that's helped a lot, which is ironic because it didn't help me like as a human being, but I've been a woman on the internet professionally for about as long as I've been a mom. And so she's had exposure to me talking, venting, sometimes more than that, about the crazy shit that gets said on the internet and that very weird, like, intersection, I guess, of like, it's not real life because people will say and do things online that they wouldn't do to your face, but it is real life because those are real people.
Yeah.
And so, she's 16. And I think like for 16 years, there's been discourse about internet discourse in our home because, I've been called everything you can think of. I've been stalked on the internet. I've had the first Trump campaign. I had like a whole group of maggots like follow me around. I had to lock my Facebook profile down. Like I've been there and done that. I've been a very public facing feminist and leftist on the internet for a long time. So those conversations happened in our house, like because they had to, because I was dealing with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, also my children don't currently have social media. So my children aren't seeing. My oldest is just now getting on to a Discord server, and him and his friends have a Geometry Dash Discord chat. So like my children aren't exposed to necessarily the polarization of these things quite yet. I think just because they're a little younger. So I'm not quite there yet. Not looking forward to it.
No, it's wild. Like my kid's on Discord and has been for a while. And like the stuff that she gets exposed to is nuts. Like, I knew about the whole like mass panic of kids self-diagnosing and pretending to have dissociative identity disorder, like before it hit the news, because my kid was encountering people on Discord that were in that space and me having to be like, well, there's a lot to talk about there.
Agreed. Also to the chat, not shaving Geometry Dash. It's amazing. I've played it with my son. It's really addicting. Really addicting.
Renee, you had something?
No, that was my follow-up. Sorry. I didn't get it accurately in private chat.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Kind of the same thing, same line from, the global instability, the local safety concerns. How much of the scary reality do you share with your kids, specifically Heather? But I know that there can be some shielding here that Renee could be doing for sure. I think there's always kind of some shielding because there's just always so much going on, whether it's currently or not. There's literally always something that is just really hard to take. Renee knows dipping into her little cult bar things that she does and other things for sure. So Heather, though, how do we, from global instability to the local safety concerns, how much of the scary reality do you share with your kids? How much balance between honest and preserving their sense of security? And as people love to say, right, their childhood, right? I want kids to have a childhood.
I want them to be kids. I want them to be my babies forever. I usually ask them, what are you hearing at school? What are the conversations you're hearing? And I'm very thankful that they talk to me and they say, I earlier this year, we are in Central Florida, and so there was ice activity, and my middle school son had said, there's talk about this stuff, and there's talk about, kids carrying ID cards, and like, what is that? And I explained to him, I said, unfortunately, due to our current administration, there are people that are being targeted in our community unfairly. And because of the color of their skin, not because of their legal status, but because of the color of their skin, their families are being targeted. And for safety reasons, some of them might carry ID cards, like passport type cards. And I was like, it is not for you or I to ever determine their legality in this nation. And we've gone through that kind of thing with them about like, or at least that's what I said. I was like, that's not for you or I to determine. He was just more asking, he was like, what is ICE? And I explained it to him, and I was like, which it really threw him off, because up until recently, I had my husband's name and my mom, and next to their name, it had ICE next to it, because it was in case of emergency. So that if anything ever happened to me in an accident, it was, you call these people. These are the people in my contact list to call. And so that's what he had associated it with. And I was like, well, in 2026, that's a different name. So we talked about that, but generally I kind of feel them out as far as like, what do I expose to them, to the world? I ask them, I'm like, what's going on? What's the middle school chat? What are you guys hearing? And usually it's he has asked about, are we at war? He has asked about a few of those things. And I just kind of directly answer him. And I'm like, well, kind of. I mean, like, we're not doing some nice things to other countries. And my husband, who works for a defense agency, is able to answer a lot of those questions too. So he chimes in. But yeah, we just kind of feel out what they hear. My younger one, who's in elementary school, he doesn't hear any of this stuff. He's just kind of like, I don't know, we were playing tug of war on the playground. And I'm like,
yeah,
good. Let's keep it like that. But that's kind of what we do and how we approach it with our kids.
Yeah, I don't think there's any shielding a 16-year-old. I just don't. And I don't try anymore, because it feels very like dishonest. The concerns that she has, she's going to be an adult in 2 years. Like, her concerns are valid, and also, I know this sounds like something every generation says, but through, a lot of the work I do in the community and education I have and everything, I know this to be true. The stuff that's going on in high schools right now is the stuff that was happening with like a handful of kids when I was in high school. And it is like a school-wide problem now. There are kids regularly getting caught with drugs in the bathroom, and not just weed. There are kids regularly, there are kids with serious criminal records at my kids' high school. Mm-hmm. Like, very serious stuff. Now, granted, like I said, like, some of this is one or two kids, not the whole school, but the whole school has to deal with that, with, someone they know is violent, someone they know has certain like charges that they were found guilty of or whatever, that are really scary to deal with.
Yeah.
And so,
one of my coworkers has her older one is in high school, and someone on his sports team was accused of an act with a younger individial.
Yeah, I'm in a really small community, so I don't feel comfortable giving any details. But
no, that's fine. I'm in a bigger, like, but I'm like, but having to like deal with that and to know like, oh, okay. I mean, this was put on our news, our local news.
Yeah.
This kid, and I was like, oh my God, like, and and her son was texting her like, he's back at school today. Do I even say hi to him? He's on my team. And I was like, girl, how do you navigate that?
And it's true. And it's scary because like nobody had to tell me, like this is the other side of it too. And I have said this to my daughter. I was straight edge in high school. I didn't drink, didn't do drugs. I didn't drink caffeine. I didn't even eat red meat. Like for a while I was vegetarian. Like I was very clean cut about those things. But when I got older and like I was, smoking weed with my friends or whatever, I did get tainted weed, but it wasn't tainted with something that could kill me. It was tainted with something that made me have a bad night. Yeah. Now, if you get tainted weed, it could kill you.
It could kill you. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like the concerns, like I'm sure that there are parents out there who do not talk to their kids about drugs, who think if you talk about it, it makes them more likely to use it, whatever. Oh man, if that's you, I'm begging you not to, because it can kill you. And it's not this boogeyman thing where like people are like, oh, well, if you know where you get it, blah, blah, blah. No. If it comes from anywhere where they're processing other drugs, that's where the most of this fentanyl contamination comes from. It's that they just don't clean the table between processing fentanyl and processing the weed. Mm-hmm. It's super, super dangerous. And, my kid has encountered people doing the fent lane like around town. It's everywhere. And, these are adults that she's seen, not at school, but like, this is real. There's a lot of stuff that I think once kids hit a certain age, if you are actively shielding as opposed to just trying to help them process and understand what's happening around them, like you run some big risks.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't told my middle schooler all the dangers of fentanyl, but I have told him. I would, because he came home the other day a while ago with like candy, and I was like, "Where'd you get that?" And he was like, "A friend." And I was like, "You don't eat? No, we don't. No, like we're not doing that because you don't know. And I have Narcan on me at all times. And
the scary thing is that with fentanyl, it can take up to 8 Narcan doses.
Yeah,
and people, you can get it over the behind the counter, but most pharmacies will not give you enough to save somebody's life, right? You have to administer one, call 911, and just hope they get there fast enough.
Yeah, I carry it because I work in some high schools, and there wasn't an instance where a child had, but there was like a possibility of like, oh, maybe this, and we're very lucky in the county we're in that they provide it free of charge. You can have one free of charge. And I went to the health county services and I got it. And I remember telling some coworkers about it and they were like, oh, are you around a lot of people that do that? And I was like, you just really, really described how out of touch with reality you are, but okay.
Right. And it's like, and with an attitude like that, how often do you think that people who are struggling with drug use are being open about it?
Well, mildly funny, not funny part about it was that the person that said that their child goes to a private school that is known for the extensive drug use.
Yeah.
Of course, right. Of course.
And I was like, oh, honey.
And now we have.
I love it. I mean, it's Florida.
On the streets now, though, there's a new opiate that's stronger than fentanyl.
Oh, heavens no.
So like we're gonna be in an uphill battle for a long time. And I think like if you've got kids in high school, you remember that's like 14-year-olds in school with 18-year-olds. Like shit is gonna happen. They're gonna be exposed to things that 18-year-olds are into and want to do at 14. Like you have to be prepared for that. And it sucks and it's terrifying. I hate it. But
yeah.
So I have a somewhat of a cliche question, but I think it's one to continue to talk about because I think I don't think that young parents get this one. And it is, how do you make sure that you say Renee and Heather the individuals rather than just being mom? And that's what I mean. It's a cliche. I know y'all probably been asked this, or it's something that has been asked or talked about. But like,
you know what? Yes, but no, because I don't think that people talk about how all-consuming it can be. So I would love, in this case, if Heather would go first, because I think my answer might be depressing.
Okay.
I'll start by saying it took me a long time to find that. I think I was well past having my second kid before I realized that I had lost myself. And I am me by doing the things that bring me joy. And so I'm super nerdy. I wonder if I have it here. I have like I'm going to cross out what they are, but like I have a little goal sheet that I track every month. And these are my things that bring me joy. And some of them are working out, some of them are painting. But seeing friends, connecting with my friends one-on-one without our kids present. Like I was out at a girls' dinner tonight. I like to go, my husband and I go on little trips away without our kids. And I'm lucky enough to do that. But finding time, I love, listening to my own audiobook and those kind of things, but really having friends that support your enjoyment too, and having those group chats and having those little we have our little side conversations that are like not anything to do with our kids, and it's about our books or travel or
books.
working out.
I know your books.
Yeah. They are not kid friendly. That's a different podcast, okay? But that's how I kind of am me. I find the things that bring me joy, and I try to do them things at least once a day to be who I am. And I think without being who we are, it's not the best version of a parent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you can't pour out of an empty cup, right? And I think you said it took you a long time to find it. I think it took me a long time to find it. And then it took me a long time to really fully understand it. And then it took me a really long time to then fully embrace what all of it was. You don't see it happening. And then there's a day where you just really want to hang out with your friend alone so you can have a conversation, and someone's like, but you just saw them last week. And you're like, yeah, and there were 2 toddlers running around. I don't know if you've ever tried to carry on a conversation in that kind of environment, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't work, right? So this happens.
Not at all.
And, I think like the first few years, well, my husband was deployed 3 times before my daughter was 5 years old. So that was, we were in survival mode. There's nothing more to say about it.
Yeah.
But then I was podcasting, and I was the producer and editor of that. So it took a lot of time, and I was writing, and I would put my daughter to bed at 8, spend an hour with my husband, and then stay up all night and write, which is in a way like being myself because it's my creative pursuit, but then it didn't leave me like energy for anything else. Right. So it took me a really long time. I would say it was like probably 10 years ago when I was like, really felt like I was coming back to myself. And then I had some hiccups, and I had a lot of drama in my life and whatever. And now I feel like I'm back again. And some of that has to do with like my kid's 16. Like if I need to, a couple of weeks ago, I just left. I told my family, but I was like, I feel like I've been too needed. Yeah. I've been too needed, and I need to not be needed. I'm going to go away for a few days. And I feel like if my kid was littler, that would cause like a lot of disruption and put a lot more responsibility on my husband. Like there'd be lots of moving parts. But because she's older and like, he didn't have to do anything he wasn't going to do if I was there. So I just got to go and relax and do what I needed to do and come back and be happier and healthier,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. And we're also able, as our kids are getting older, the vacations aren't as...
They're more like vacations.
Yeah, they're more like vacations. Like we're going,
chaotic.
Yeah, we're going to, we go tomorrow morning, and we're doing a little staycation here, and it's for our anniversary, and we're just staying at a nice resort that has a dope pool and lazy river, and it's and our kids can swim great. They're old enough to where like Scott and I can like kind of sit in a chair and watch them go around the lazy river, go up into the slide with them, and it's not that constant toddler. God, they're gonna die, any minute now. I
think the important thing to remember too is like it's very easy to answer that question if you have like certain economic privilege, right? Because for moms who don't have spare money, there's no like going out to get dinner with your friends. Mm-hmm. Everything that requires a babysitter is out of the question because it just became 5 times more expensive. Yeah. You're not going on vacation at all, let alone on your own without the kids. If you don't have family nearby, that complicates it even more. And so I do think it's important to recognize like when we talk about these things, it feels almost like you're like, oh, let me give you some helpful tips. But the reality is like,
but
your situation might not support it.
No, exactly. And then also it's not keeping into consideration the development of the child, because if your child has special needs in many different ways, you can't just leave them, even if they are 16. And if you can leave them, you have to have a caretaker or family members. And that isn't, not everyone has family available.
And if they do, they don't necessarily have family that has the appropriate experience and patience and knowledge of the day-to-day to help with a special needs kid.
Exactly.
So yeah,
there's a lot that goes into that. Exactly. That's one of the things that my business partner and I were talking about, as far as like trying to help some of the families we work with, is like providing like realistic family support that isn't just like, oh, we'll just go get away for the weekend. Like, okay, well, can't, and like I said, like, just, can you take 10 minutes to do something that you really love? Like, do you like painting? Do you like gardening? Do you just want to sit in a dark room with the lights off?
Yeah. Or, I mean,
or go pick up the Target order with nobody else in the car.
Yeah. And lots of parents are like, I got to go to the grocery store alone. It's the best thing ever. I know some couples who do their grocery shopping at like the 24-hour grocery store in the middle of the night, because the kids are, sleeping over at grandma's house, and they can go and be alone and not have 15 kids and talk and get time together. But, they can't necessarily afford a date or can't fit it into their schedule. So there's like little things. And I hate to say it like that, but like, you do have to be creative. At the best of times, you have to be creative. So yeah, I think too, like, one thing I think is, we get into like ideas about mindfulness is very popular right now. And I've been a meditator for almost 20 years, over 20 years. And it's like, well, you could just put on like a 10-minute thing on YouTube for free. Like, you can try that. We do have access more. It's not a privileged thing anymore. So that's something, if it feels like it could be cool at all, I totally suggest people try. It's like 10, 20 minutes and you can have a very restful time with the right guided meditation. And there's so many options for free now.
There are. I have I think it's like an insight timer or something like that on my phone, and it's free. And it's like, put on my headphones, and definitely. And I'm just reading also the comment of Daniel. Yes. That is something too that I'm hoping. I think we're friends on Instagram, Daniel. That is something we're hoping to expand on with our company too, is to have resources and to have meetups virtually with some lawyers and professionals that can help with that, because I know very little of guardianship and those kind of things, but also like support for parents and those kind of things. So there's so much, especially in the special needs world, that it just, there's so many resources that just aren't talked about and aren't known and aren't shared, especially with many different populations, unfortunately, which is really like just very disheartening to hear. And so, definitely need to share those kind of things. So,
yeah.
So,
first of all, though, big shout out to all of the moms who are doing it on very little money with very little support, because it is hard to survive the early years under the best circumstances. So
yes. Yeah. And exactly. Yeah. And yes, you're right, Daniel. They are trying to currently get rid of it. Yeah. There's a lot of restrictions that are happening right now that are very unfair to the families with special needs. They're basically trying to say, I don't know. This is a whole different TED Talk, by the way. This is a whole different podcast, but basically they're trying to say that many families who are currently reimbursed for providing care for their individuals with special needs or family members with special needs can no longer be reimbursed. And I would say the gross majority of the families that I work with, one of the parents has to be a stay-at-home parent. because of the therapy needs and the just the needs of their children. And they're trying to cut that support in many states. I don't know if it's currently nationwide, but I know that I've seen it being passed in a few different states. And so we definitely need to work to prevent that, because that isn't where the fraud is happening.
Right. And the
not
important
it.
thing to note too is that the money they get reimbursed is absolutely nowhere close to what it would cost
my
to hire
gosh.
somebody who could actually do what the stay-at-home parent is doing.
Like it's literally less than minimum wage.
Yeah. You could not find a qualified person.
No, you absolutely
yeah.
You cannot. And that's just it. Is like, if you go on, care.com and you try to find a place that's like, okay, they could provide care for individuals with special needs. They charge $35, $40 an hour. They are not getting reimbursed that. I promise you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, again, it's like, that's not where the Medicaid fraud is happening.
No.
That ain't it.
No, your former governor actually got basically like $1 billion in Medicare fraud, and he's now a senator. So, hooray on that!
I didn't vote for him.
That guy looks like fucking Skeletor. I swear to God, Rick Scott looks like Skeletor.
Don't insult Skeletor like that.
Right?
That's true. That's true. So I'm going to shift the focus a little bit from sadness, demois. You're going to do that sort of thing. Sorry. I say that if I don't say demois, my wife gets very angry at me. So yeah. So first, before I go, I'm going to do second beer real quick. I did this is a really cool can.
Oh, it is.
Horizon Line from Myers Creek. This is a West Coast Pilsner. So basically West Coast IPA, but Pilsner style.
I think you're sending a message that you really want to come visit me, Doug. Your California Common and your West Coast Pilsner, like you could just say so. You have a guest room.
I'm going to say West Coast IPAs. No, thank you. I don't like those. But I wanted to get it because it's a fucking cool can, and I'm a can art nerd. So, but I wanted to ask a question, and this is going to be interesting because Renee has a child that's in high school. Heather, you have a kid in middle school, and I'm going to say elementary school yet still. Dating stuff, and how are you guys managing that? Like, Heather, you're a little bit kind of just on the fringe. 12 is these days is kind of in that realm.
Yep.
And Renee, you're knee deep in it, in that age range. I mean, at least. How are you managing that?
It is weird because my daughter is not that interested in it, but all of her friends are. So she's dealing with, for the first of many times in her life, I'm sure, having girlfriends who accept really shitty behavior from their boyfriends, from boys that they have crushes on, from whatever, whether that's like shitty behavior towards them specifically, or they're just assholes in general or whatever. And so I'm like, I hear this stuff and I'm like, well, thank God my kid doesn't seem interested at all. But also it sucks that you're not interested in this at all. And you still have to deal with these teenage boys that are being jerks to your friends. Like, how does that equate? Like, at least if you have to deal with it, you should at least have a teenage boy that you like, or a girl, or whatever it may be. But it's very weird because I thought that I'd be knee deep in it. Instead, I'm just like knee deep in third-hand drama.
All my kids are adults, so like I'm not beyond it because they're still drama, but like I'm just curious because you both have kids that are way younger than mine. So Heather, how are you? Like, you have a 12-year-old. He might not be into any of that yet. That might not be his thing. So I don't know. But like, how are you prepping for that?
I mean, we've asked him a few times about like, oh, it's okay if you like someone. There was someone that they were in a competition together, and him and this girl were like just next to each other all day, and I was like, oh. And we've been going to, it's Odyssey of the Mind. We've been going to this competition for years.
I love Odyssey of the Mind. I was in that in high school.
Yes. So he's been doing this since third grade. And every year, you know, we go to the state competition and he's just like on me, like just like right next to me, you know, because it's a lot of people, it's overwhelming. And this was the first year that I had to go look for him, because he was off with this little girl. And I was like, oh no,
Here it comes. Yeah.
I've been replaced.
No.
You have not been replaced.
And I was, but as mom, I was more just like, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, he's got this little girlfriend. And he was like, no, she's dating someone. And I was like, okay. And he's like, well, and I'm really good friends with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is in my PE class. And I'm like, oh boy.
Well,
So wait for it. So
you're
he
saying
says
Fred Armisen, just that no.
He was like, no. So this little girl is in his Odyssey group and in his class, and they're not dating. And I'm like, okay. And then Valentine's Day rolls around, and he finds out that her boyfriend gave her this present, and the Valentine's Day present was peanut M&Ms. Guess who's allergic to peanuts?
oh,
Wait for it. So my son
I'm so invested.
fixes the problem by going to the cafeteria at lunch and buying her like a crap ton of chocolate that isn't peanut and giving it to her to make her day better. And I'm like, oh no.
He's setting an example of what she should expect.
He's like, but I did it. I made her day better. She had a great day because she had all this candy and chocolate, and it wouldn't kill her.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very empathetic thing. I feel like that's not like he's trying to find an inroad. It sounds like he's just like, I wanted to make her day better. She got some shit she's allergic to.
He in no way thought that what he did was like, maybe not the best move.
I love it.
My husband was so proud. He's like, up top, bro.
I would be too. I'd be like, hey, man, listen, maybe you didn't understand what you're doing there, but you did the right thing. You were trying to do something right for someone.
So then he couldn't figure out why she was annoying him for the next month at class. And like, oh, she keeps like, every time I'm at my computer, she keeps like closing the laptop. And like, she does all these little things. And I'm like, it's because you brought her the chocolate on Valentine's Day. Right.
Because you were the hero.
Then a hero comes along.
So he has no clue what he's doing. And I love him for it. And I love it. And he won't for the next 10 to 20 years.
The thing is most kids don't know what they're doing, but they're not doing well with that.
Yeah.
It seems like your son doesn't know what he's doing, but he's managing to do well.
And in no way did he register that like
that he's like
maybe.
Yeah.
So no, he dating is very far off his scope, like monitor. He has his party coming up. He's turning 12 at the end of this month, and he's having a gamer party. And he's inviting all of his gamer friends from school. And there's one girl, and he's like, she's coming, but she's not my girlfriend.
Yeah.
She very adamant.
Likes Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I love it. She's not my girlfriend. She just likes Pokemon. That is amazing.
You could be both.
Huge movie. Yeah.
So we're still at that age of like, they're not.
We're all awkward back then, right?
I don't think there's a 12-year-old boy on the planet who isn't awkward.
No.
So that's question would be, so at 12, I think 12-year-old girls are probably a little more advanced at that point than 12-year-old boys. So having had 3 boys and a daughter, and yes, we're all still awkward. That is very true. So, but it's funny because like watching our kids, so I have a 25-year-old, 2 21-year-olds, and a 19-year-old. And just the way they navigate things has been super fascinating. And just watching them, and I'm going to tell you, the hardest thing you're going to have to do, both of you, is when they are in a relationship and you go, that relationship sucks. That person is not right for you. And you go, you can point stuff out, but the problem is you have to fucking just be like,
Yeah.
this sucks, but you are going to have to go through that.
Yeah.
I can point out till the cows come home. But the problem is if I keep pointing out how that person is bad, you are going to resent me for it.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, look who popped in.
It's Lauren.
Hey, it's Lauren.
Hey, Lauren. That and if when that girl breaks my son's heart, I'm just gonna.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. My mom is dealing with my youngest brother, who dates the worst women. Just
Boy.
he's been married. Here's how my brother is, and I'm going to tell you this. My brother got together with this woman, married her, they had a kid, they broke up, they got back together, and then they had another kid. And that was terrible. When he got back together, my other brother and I were like, what are you doing? And we're just so floored. Hey man, whatever. I'm like, great. So he had another kid. Then they finally broke up and whatever. Then he married this other woman who he told her when they got married, I have 2 kids already. I want no more kids. And she was like, sure. And then 5 years in, like, I want a kid. And then he gave her a kid. He had a kid with her, and that kid is super special needs. I mean, needs constant help and supervision. He's highly autistic. He's 8 or 9 and doesn't eat solid food. He eats out of a sippy cup, like because he doesn't want anything in his mouth. It's a struggle. And then he got divorced from her, paid her money to divorce, and then they got back together.
Oh,
because she didn't like seeing him with another woman. So, and now he's with another woman who is 15 years younger than him, with 3 kids. And I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? You are in your fucking mid-40s, and this lady is 30. Like, I'm not trying to Renee and I have actually had this conversation where I get really icky about age gaps. 15 is like, me.
15's a little. I think every age gap relationship deserves to be judged on a case by case basis when it's adults.
Mm-hmm. Adults.
However, doesn't sound like your brother's making good decisions. So
he makes dumb decisions.
Yeah.
And they have and about 6 months in, he moved in and brought all her kids and all this shit. And I'm like, dude, okay, well, listen, it's your life. You do what you want. It's your house. You own it, whatever. And that woman has done nothing. She has just fucked him over. She doesn't pay any rent. She doesn't pay him any money. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And then he breaks up with her, kicks her out. And then like 2 days later, I see on Facebook, oh, we're back together again. I'm like, I give up. I give up, man. I just give up. So this is the point that I'm trying to make is like, that guy is 46 years old or 47 and still can't get relationships right. So
some people never do.
Greg, do you have a comment? Greg?
I highlighted Lauren's comment because I watched this show.
I have never seen that show.
So I love Trixie Mattel and Katya. So I watch occasionally we like to watch show where they just watch a Netflix show and talk about it. And I watched their one about this and I was cracking up. And so when I was on my little vacation, I had to work one of the days. So I wanted something on that I didn't have to really pay attention to. And I ended up paying attention because this show is insane. It is so outrageous. It's not even about the age gap half the time, but what it is because it'll be like, oh, this woman who's like, he's like younger than my oldest son. It's like, girl, get the fuck out of there. You do not love him. You're not allowed to. Not allowed to. And like, there's this guy who's like he's the older one, and the girl tells him before, like she's trying to pick between two guys, and she tells him she's super religious and she won't have sex till marriage, and he says he's okay with it, and then spends the rest of the time trying to pressure her into sex. Like, it is so insane. This show, I didn't finish the season because I turned it off when I was done with working and like went and enjoyed my vacation, but I don't think I could go back. I don't think I could finish it. I was just like, my mind was just being blown over and over and over again. And like I said, like my husband's 9 years older than me. Age is not that big of a thing to me in case by case basis, but in this show, it was always like, you'd be like, how old are you? And she's like, well, I hope he's going to say he's 38. And he's like 22 or something. It's nuts. It's so crazy. It's
22. That's no prefrontal cortex formulation. So yeah.
I'm telling you. Well, I was under 25 when I met my husband. So again, like case by case basis, it is what it is. But there is something specific about like the kind of people who go on a show specifically about age gap. Like one of the guys said, I can't remember how he had like a young mom, right? So he's like, let's say it was 60. I can't remember. My mom's 60. So like, I'm not going to date anybody who isn't at least as hot as my mom. That's not a normal thing to say.
That's fucking the biggest, reddest of reddest flags.
Yeah. He's like a young man. And that's what he had to say. That's not all right.
What is that?
Oh, it's a goat. Oh. It's supposed to yell. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted. Or at least we can't hear you.
Oh, how weird. Yeah. We lost your audio.
Yeah, you're not muted as like muted. So I don't know. Check. Oh. All right. Check your mic there. No.
Nope.
We're not hearing the
Yeah.
No.
The color commentary from your facial expressions is great, though.
Yes. I think you maybe need to reset that whole mic.
Just imagine a goat yelling, and that is the only appropriate response.
There we go. Oh. It was there and then it went away.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. That's the response. Yeah.
If anyone ever said my mom is hot,
oh my God,
I don't want it.
The speed at which I would run.
Here's the deal, right?
How dry would that make you?
Like that is the opposite of the books I read, Doug.
But like,
I was say, how dry could that possibly make you? Said my mom. Like,
I would turn to dust.
I would be deceased, crematorium status.
Yes, I'm a mom, and I want to be considered hot. I don't want anybody who has a reason to call me mom to consider me hot.
No, yeah, and that's been a comment of a few of my friends. Is they're like, oh, so and so is hot, and I'm like, I could be his mom. Oh.
But it's like, especially if you were his mom, and yeah, it was so scary. It's so scary. I was just like, occasionally I watch these shows. I hardly ever do. Like the first season of Love is Blind, I watched that, and it drove me insane. I embraced the mother archetype because I just wanted to go and like ground all of them and make them like think about what they've done.
You didn't even see the word seasons. You didn't even see the word seasons. The first one was mild compared to the rest of it.
I couldn't hang on season 1, and I know they only get crazier. And that's the thing. I can't watch these things. I cannot fucking hang. Back when my husband and I were first dating, he lived in the barracks and I lived in this like super crazy roommate situation. So we would get hotel rooms when you come visit for the weekend, and hotel cable sucked. So we watched so much like Rock of Love and Tila Tequila and those things. But they're not as bad, in my opinion, because like you watch it and everybody's there. They're getting shit-faced every night. They're yelling and screaming. Woo! Like, that they're not really thinking that they're going to like get married afterwards. Whereas on Love is Blind, like that's part of the plot. You're supposed to propose. And then in this Age of Attraction, they're like supposed to go like live. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they're supposed to like go meet each other's families, and like they're meeting. The young person is meeting the older person's kids who are the same age as them, and like it's like pretending or believing that you're going to have like a happy, healthy relationship as a result of it. It makes my skin crawl. I just am like, where are your parents?
Or your
Because
kids.
they need to be slapped, and then you both need to go to therapy together and apart, and then get on the apps or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Renee, your husband's British. Have you ever watched Naked Attraction?
No.
Oh, people are nude and they decide whether they're going to go on a date. It is.
Oh, I've seen clips of this.
It's a super interesting way to go about it, because it's like the opposite of Love is Blind. Like the people who are prospectively trying to date this one person are naked, and they reveal gradually parts, and then they kick them out or they keep them or whatever. And then at the end, the person that wants to date them also has to get naked, so they all have to be naked together, except the host.
Call me old-fashioned.
Immediately no, thank you.
Yeah, call me old-fashioned. But I think that maybe you should take in a whole person, both their whole body.
That's what they're trying to do, take in a whole person.
Yeah,
No, they're quite literally taking in the whole person.
Yeah, but I mean physically and emotionally, mentally, you know, like you show up as a human being, two human beings, they meet each other, they get to know each other, maybe they think each other's sexy, maybe they grow to find each other sexy, depending on how your attraction works, and then at a point in time which you feel is appropriate, you bang and you find out if you're compatible that way, right? And then, you know, you just do that. Call me old-fashioned. That's my opinion.
Whole person.
Whole person.
With a W, yes. I can't.
With a W for
Naked
sure.
Attraction is too much for me. That's too much for me. I can't. You just made me feel like I'm like,
huh.
Yeah. Well, I would suggest watching just an episode or two just to see what it is, because it's just holistic.
Lauren,
it is so ridiculous just to watch, because obviously in our stupid puritanical country we're in, like that would never fly.
I don't think that challenged puritanical anything, right? Because what it is like you fully objectify a person.
Yeah.
Like, and then you find out if you like them, then you find out what their face looks like. It's so fucking weird. Like,
how is that not the same as Love is Blind, just in the opposite direction? Like somebody can be like, "Hey, I'm this person."
Well, I don't agree with Love is Blind either.
I'm just saying it's the same premise. It's just perverse.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either, though. I think that, like I said, I think it's horrible. I don't think people should do it. But the nudity thing is literally objectifying them. At least on Love is Blind, they're pretending like they're getting to know each other. And I know they're not really, because they know they're on camera. So they're, you know, they're playing a role. But, oh, yeah. It's like, you know, and the other side of it, too, is that when you're attracted to somebody, whether that is purely physical or there's an emotional element or whatever, and you let that tension build, then you don't have to be worried about what happens when the clothes come off, because you're already like super excited to have fun together. So it doesn't matter. But if you were just looking at somebody and that's all the information you have, like, I feel like that encourages a certain amount of, I can't think of the word right now, but shallowness. Yeah. And I think dating apps do that too, because you have to, you know, the whole left, right swipe thing. Yeah. Most people are only going by looks. And I think that's shitty too, but like, I just like, I think, call me old fashioned. I think you should just see a person and talk to them. And if there's chemistry, you move forward. And if there's not, you don't. Call me crazy.
Craig, I saw you had a beer. What did you have there?
Who sent me this?
I can't tell. What is it?
Sleeping.
That would be me. No, that was Daniel.
Yeah, this big old juicy IPA thing.
Like glass. I thought almost you poured a milk tube.
Almost. Yeah, it's my way. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, me. Cheers, Daniel. What you got, Doug?
I pulled this weird thing, which is a Belgian triple, but look at that weird ass fucking label. I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
That's fun.
Yeah, this one's. Oh, that's 10%. That's a big boy. Sorry.
Whew.
Woo.
Woo, baby. I wasn't expecting that thing. But here's the actual glass. Belgian triple. It's a little darker than what I would have expected. It was bottled in 2023. So this is a 3-year-old beer.
Fine vintage.
It's in that triple color range, Doug. I can assure you.
Yeah.
Definitely darker though.
That's definitely delicious, and it's also very triple flavored.
Boozy.
Really, really nailed. Boozy.
Triple flavored is wild.
But I mean, it's in that triple family, so like it's really good.
No,
really
I
good.
know what you mean.
But
I know
as
what
a
you mean
as a 3-year-old beard, I was a little worried. I was a little worried that it was going to be a little messy, but it's pretty good.
Doug, instead of worrying, you're dancing.
I hate that woman.
Don't be mean. Well, be mean. to
There's
her.
a Republican fucking Trumper. Fuck her.
All right, so I didn't expect to be doing this tonight, but I feel it's time to get a little messy, Doug. Heather, I'm not sure if you've seen. I've been out here using emojis in all the wrong ways. And I have people wanting to block me and all kinds of other wild shit going on. So I like to ask our guests to help me figure out how to use my emojis. Also, it's just an emoji discussion, so no worries. But we always have to start at the most controversial emoji of our times, actually, is this one. So
That's a strong fuck you.
Yeah. Straight up.
Fuck that.
what's going on, ladies?
Imagine
please discuss this. What?
Right.
So
you got some explaining to do.
Good job.
Yeah, you talk, you say what you have to say, and the other person's like, great.
Doug, there's
To our generation, it means like got it, good. Well, I speak for myself. It means like got it, good. For those of borderline millennial and younger,
yeah,
it means
strong.
In text with my husband, he will react to a text, or I'll react with the little thumbs up, which means got it, I understand.
Yeah.
But we know what we mean.
Yeah.
Out in the world, it's very much like you just said what you had to say, and someone just like gave you a thumbs up with no commentary. You would know how to take that. You would be like, oh, well, fuck me, I guess.
You know how I would take that? All right, got it. Good. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
because we are of a certain age.
Out in ourselves.
I'm completely okay with that. I am the oldest person in this group, so it's fine.
So of the certain age, we take it as got it good. Of an age roughly around me and younger, it is taken as a strong, cool opinion, bro.
Yeah. I see, and I have some that I use both ways. I use them genuinely, and I use them sarcastically. It's up to you to know me well enough.
I would just say that's one where you have to know your audience.
Yeah.
My kids also know. My kids know that if I give them that is not in any way a fuck you or a K. They just go, my dad's old, and he thinks this is a thumbs up. Good, got it.
As long as you're not doing LOL to mean lots of love, right? You're good.
Nope, don't do that.
Lots of love. All right, Greg.
All right. Okay, so is this a more non-controversial one?
I don't know what that means.
Me either.
Is it supposed to mean like weed?
Heather, do you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God. It's weed. It's a sunflower. That's not a weed.
But it's a plant. I don't know. I can't imagine a circumstance in which I would send somebody a sunflower emoji.
I mean, I just think it means like happiness. Is it positive? Like,
Oh my God.
I have no idea, man.
oh my gosh, do we need to Google?
So y'all ready?
All right. Yeah.
So the sunflower emoji depicts a bright yellow flower with a dark brown center, representing happiness, warmth, loyalty, and admiration. It
Okay.
is widely used to signify summer, positive vibes, friendship, and actually serves as a symbol of solidarity with Ukraine.
Solidarity for Ukraine, right?
So I'm gonna use that to say that y'all don't have any warmth and anything in your life digitally because no one sends you those emojis. Now I get those emojis sent to me, so maybe y'all aren't privileged to have people who want to send you the sunflower emoji.
My group chats exist for one reason and one reason only, and that is for me and those groups of people. I have a few of them for me and those groups of people to be our lowest selves. Get it out, party together, and move on in the world as a functioning person with empathy, who would, who likes people and all that. It's a container.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, no, there's not a lot of sunflowers.
No, there are no sunflowers in my group chats.
So someone in my personal sphere sends that as a positive affirmation on something that I would say that is positive. So then that one gets there. And it's cool.
Okay.
I got sunflower tattoos. Is that I carry it with me.
Yeah, I don't know how you could turn that one negative, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying, or because
this seems very positive to me. I think like it have to be so specific. Yeah.
Or good morning, and then the sunflower emoji I've used.
Okay.
I usually use the sun.
That kind of the sun. But I think the sunflower emoji, I think they're almost interchangeable in that kind of positive way.
Maybe I'll start sending them to people.
Yeah, now the sun emoji could be used in a holy fuck, it's hot, and then you put the sun.
Right. When he has a little bit, is it the sun or the moon that has the little he has a little cheeky expression.
Yeah. The sun is the moon is cheeky.
Oh, the moon is cheeky, yeah. Yeah.
Right. All right,
I feel like peaches are cheeky.
Oh yeah. 100%.
In a completely different way.
So
peaches are dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed that you can't. Some of these they've removed the eggplant emoji. I don't know if y'all saw.
They took it away.
Well, one I know they've taken away. I know for a fact they've taken raccoon away because I use that one in a not nice way. But
I don't like that. I
know. I love that emoji though. I use it in a very bad way, but it's fine.
Oh my god!
Can I ask if Heather does her nails according to her wedding band?
You need to calm yourself.
Do you have colors that accommodate for your wedding band that accommodate your fingernails?
I do.
YouTube still has them. That's cool. Oh, what is going on up here?
And it matches my.
I got eggplants.
I got eggplants.
Okay. Yeah, Greg personally has been banned from using eggplants.
You know what, Renee?
Just removed from Greg's phone.
I don't.
He surpassed his limit.
I got raccoons too. It's you, Greg.
I was about to cuss like Renee on the mom special, y'all.
Raccoon, eggplant, and peach.
Those go together.
Weird. No, like water one, or it's like
little.
Well, you know what that is. Don't give me the thing.
Well, it depends on if you use it with the eggplant or the peach.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead, Greg. Go ahead.
Yeah, we need to move along.
Do we?
We don't need to, but I was cussing at Renee on the mom show, Doug. That's a real high for us here at the Speakeasy Oh man, we're gonna get out of here. I have to say that I didn't do this to Heather on purpose. So I didn't do this to Heather on purpose. Doug, stop your laughing. So I want y'all to react to this.
Oh, it's absolutely Florida. We're literally shaped like a phallic symbol. So go ahead.
That's fair. Yeah.
Doug?
It's called a Florida man for a reason.
I am gonna do a pivot. Florida is embarrassing in its own way, but we have two new contenders.
Oh boy.
Tennessee and Louisiana.
Well, yeah.
For political things, also Louisiana, scientists just released that 20 years from now, New Orleans is going to be gone.
Yeah.
20 years. I was just in New Orleans. Greg and I were just in New Orleans not long ago.
I love
20
that.
20 years, that city is going to be fucking underwater. And nobody's doing shit about it. Tennessee just decided to gerrymander the absolute fuck out of their state to make it to the point that they have no black representation. There is so many states that at this point I just will never go to because I do not want to spend $1 in any of them. And Heather, I apologize, but Florida is one of them. My in-laws live in Florida and they've been begging us to come down there. And I'm like, absolutely fucking not, because I'm not going down there. I don't want to spend a dime in that state. I want to give them no money. Texas is another one. Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, because they have Tommy Tuberville. Like, there's a fuck ton of southern states that I just will not go to because of how they do things. There's a lot of embarrassing states, and I will say that you're not wrong, Heather, with the Florida man, because the Florida man's kind of the thing. But like,
So, what was your final answer? Louisiana and who?
Tennessee.
Tied for first.
Yeah, with Florida's. So Tennessee and Louisiana are 1A and Florida's 1B. Texas 1C.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He can't even just name one. That's amazing. What's up, Renee?
You know what? I'm taking a totally different stance because I'm a Californian on the internet, and you are all embarrassing whenever you talk about California. The amount of time people on the internet who don't live in California spend talking about how awful California is while I'm just living my best life is very embarrassing. Secondhand embarrassment for me.
Mississippi's a good one too.
Mississippi. Well, yeah, here, and another pivot then. Fine. Rhode Island. Just join another state. Come on. What are you doing? You're not
What was that? I was ready to shift.
Yeah.
Okay. We can. Well, but Heather didn't give hers, so
yeah, she did. She said Florida.
No, I would say Alabama or Mississippi, but
they're both super.
Wait. Why those two? I need to hear some justification from y'all.
Drive through them. because they still have sundown towns, and if you don't know what that is, you can Google it.
Let's be real though, that exists in blue states too. There are places in California.
It does,
and New York State
is the worst.
And New York State, where I live.
Yeah,
Illinois is the worst.
Yeah,
Illinois is the worst.
I believe that.
Saved by Chicago, by the way. Saved by Chicago. So we got actually we didn't. Florida was not named here. We kind of almost spared Florida, I think.
No, Heather named Florida initially, and then
Florida is the worst. But if we're gonna go outside of that, I would say just right up the, just right outside that panhandle.
Just go across panhandle, just go
right.
west.
Just keep going. Just all of that, all of it.
All right. Well, we'll do this one then because I sneak peeked it. You can only pick 2 free things for life, Doug.
Okay, I have a question. Does free rent include mortgage?
Of course.
All right, free rent and free gas. Being that our situation is what it is, that's where I'm going. That sucks. I would like free tacos and free pizza, but yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna go with free rent, mortgage as well, and free housekeeping, because that would just look. I can get an electric car, but to have somebody keeping my house up for me, oh my God, the dream.
Free rent, free groceries, because I live in a house where everyone
free groceries. I forgot.
3 meals a day, 3 meals for every meal. Like my kid eats 3 lunches, so yeah.
See, we're a smaller family, so
my kid packs a lunch and then buys a lunch. He packs a lunch and then buys the lunch.
Wow. I bet you can't wait until he's
It's so wonderful. It's great here.
Yeah.
Oh, I love coffee. I love to see weed. It's great. Free alcohol. Yes.
All the money I save on my mortgage is going to weed and pizza and
I was about to say, yeah. My mortgage and my groceries. Do you know how much weed and alcohol I could have for that? Are you kidding me?
And we have a residential dispensary, so it is very inexpensive.
I would be inebriated forever.
Given what I do, this is my answer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can just walk into any brewery and just that's it. But yeah,
my problem with free coffee is I drink nothing but decaf coffee. So that's
free coffee.
I feel like I'm getting ripped off if I'm not getting free coffee. So
I mean, I would openly accept as a sponsorship any of these things if anybody would love to shower with this, right, Doug?
Right.
Damn right.
I would literally take anything on this.
Anyone at home that wants to donate any of these things to me may also donate them to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Normally there's like
put our Venmo link at the end of this.
Right. Normally there's always like one repulsive thing in a list. You know what I mean? This list has everything.
Great list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Doug, do you have any weird weird questions or conversation pieces like you normally bring to these things that I don't know when they're unscripted and then the whole takes the whole thing off to the left field?
Like I said, I did have the weird rank your carbs. I thought that was a fun one because everybody has different carb options and different.
Well, what about we did this last year. I think we've done it every year. I don't know for sure, but what is your if you're celebrating Mother's Day, what is your approach? So Heather would say what she has planned. Doug would tell us if he's doing anything, etc. For your mother, for the lady in your life, for yourself, whatever it may be.
We're celebrating our anniversary this weekend. I don't typically make a big deal out of Mother's Day. I'm the kids make me cards and that's great. And I mean, usually it's on a Sunday. Scott usually cooks dinner on Sundays anyways, and I'm happy with that. We happen to be, like I said, celebrating our anniversary this weekend. And so we will all be relaxing at a pool, and which I like because we have a pool at our house, but it's harder to relax out of your house. It's, mainly because it's I could relax here for a little while, but then I could get up and do a load of laundry in between each laying out here. Whereas if you're at a resort, it's I ain't got nothing to do but read this book. So
yeah, no,
we know what book that is.
Relaxing at home.
Me, you know nothing, Doug.
I know a lot more than I probably should.
Good Lord.
Very smut unite.
Yay!
Which is great, by the way.
I read naughty books. Except right now, I'm not. I'm reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is not at all in any way.
Are you reading it or are you listening to the audiobook? Because I heard the audiobook is amazing, but yeah.
It is amazing. it is. I got into it because a friend recommended it, and I was kind of like, this isn't really my thing, but I'll give it a go. Like, okay. And it's unbelievable. It is very unhinged. It's not for the timid. It's a great series. I'm on book 5. I think there's going to be 8.
Book 5 already? Holy shit.
Yeah. There's either 7 or 8. I don't remember. I think he's releasing or has released. It's Matt Dinniman is the author. What I find absolutely amazing, especially if you listen to the audiobook, is one man voices every character.
That's how it is for like Project Hail Mary. That same guy does the same thing. And every book he narrates. It's amazing when someone can do that. And they're all discernible characters.
I just like it so much when they do it like a radio play. I want a radio play, I'll listen to a radio play. If I want an audiobook, just read me the book. I mean, do it well.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's called Lit RPG, which is like the genre of it. And it's a really fun book. It's really engaging. There's a lot of cool characters. I'm very curious to see how it all pans out, especially now that I'm in this deep, because I feel like there's a lot thicker of a plot line now. So I'm like, okay, this is going to get I'm hoping this is really getting really good. So yeah. Zero Smut.
Also, it is it's an Audible exclusive, so you can't get it anywhere else, unfortunately. Yeah. And then you have to pay Bezos, which fucking sucks. So.
Yeah.
I have another question if y'all are ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do we?
Cool. So I guess the first question is, do y'all agree with this? And if so, is anyone of these salvageable, or you want to bring back, or
I don't think this is true at all.
I think it's true for several of them. But anyway.
Which ones, Doug?
Stoner comedies, erotic thrillers. Those two specifically.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, yeah, because now it seems like when they try to put out an erotic thriller, it does flop pretty hard. But there's definitely plenty of rom-coms. There's some really great modern westerns. Legal thrillers, I don't give a shit about. So
also modern western, I could give a fuck about westerns. Like I don't watch any of those stupid. Who's the guy, Trevor Sheridan or whatever, the guy that does all those fucking shows? I give 2 fucks about those things. I just don't care. Like
Yellowstone.
Yeah, no,
yep.
But that's
all those shows just reek of Trumpers to me, and I can't fucking get behind them. So,
What I'm talking about now, this is a super old example. So, but you have to remember that in my mind, as far as Western films, there's 3. There's, the Clint Eastwood one. There's the one with Kiefer Sutherland, and then there's the edgy one. And every Western movie falls under. It's one of those 3, right? But like Bone Tomahawk was a great movie. The Killers of the Flower Moon was a Scorsese Western. Like, come on, like they're out there. Those are old, I know, but
Django.
Yeah, that's a Western.
I haven't watched Django, but Scorsese makes mob movies, and I fucking hate mob movies and mob shows. So, like him making a Western, he's combining 2 genres that I fucking despise.
I love this.
So I can't watch either of them.
I love this so much, Doug, because my plan, my big thing on Mother's Day is that I get to control the remote and my family has to watch with me. They don't get to sneak away. And I told my family, I'm going to tell you in advance because I want you to be prepared. Because usually it's like 1 or 2 movies. It's whatever. Not this Mother's Day. Be prepared because we were watching Casino beginning to end. I fucking love those movies. Casino is like the one everybody dislikes the most because it's like, it takes a whole day to watch. I love Scorsese. I love Casino. I love all of it. And Casino's great.
Get him, Renee. Get him.
I don't think Vegas is a gambler. I think that sucks. I hate gambling, but like I go to Vegas a lot, and I love a Scorsese. Love a Scorsese. The Killers of the Flower Moon is true crime. It's based on a real story.
So, Heather, do you agree with this? And or
I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch a lot of movies lately. I still haven't even seen Project Hail Mary, and I desperately want to see that movie, and I haven't even seen it. So I don't watch a lot of movies.
Okay, but so then.
But I would agree that like there aren't a lot of. It doesn't seem like there are a lot of stoner comedies or erotic thrillers.
I think the reason stoner comedies are dying is like, okay, I had a friend and he called it out beautifully. He had a roommate situation. This is when we were younger. It was like him, a huge house. So it was like him and 3 or 4 other guys. And they all smoked pot and he had never smoked pot. And they kept trying to get him to smoke pot. And he's like, what you don't get is that you guys get high and all you do is talk about crazy things that happened when you got high when you were younger, but all the crazy things that happened were because you were kids trying to get away with getting high, and I'm a grown fucking adult, and so that's not interesting to me. And I think that that's what's happening with stoner comedy too, is like it's legal. So like in most places it's legal. So like anybody who wants it can do it, and it's so normalized. Like you have people calling themselves weed moms. You like your grandpa takes gummies. Like what? It's just not that counterculture anymore.
Please show that again because I'm really want to go in that realm.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Please do.
No, Renee, were you done?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I think stoner comedy is dead forever, probably.
Because it's like it's legal now, and it's not anymore. Like
if Grandpa is taking gummies, and like the moms at school have like a little weekly trip to the dispensary, whatever. Like, what? It's not being a stoner.
There's no illicitness to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, addressing some comments. Anybody interested to go see Michael tomorrow? It's a worldwide phenomenon.
I have zero interest in that.
Yeah, my wife wants to see it. I think I'll probably go see it with her.
No.
Here's the thing. All right, Daniel, when I was young, I loved Half Baked so much. It was so funny. And there's still some of the most amazing jokes in there. And recently, Jon Stewart made a callback to his great scene in that movie. And there's so much I love about it. But the plot line is so fucking homophobic. So homophobic that I look back and I'm like embarrassed that I watched as much as I did. And I can't imagine like showing it to my kid and pretending like it's okay. Just too bad. It's hilarious.
Well, while we're here, Heather, I'm going to put you on the spot. Can you name a movie that hasn't aged well with you?
Yeah.
Just one?
There's like 8,000 of them.
Most of our childhood. One of my, I think it was one of my favorites was
give me a favorite.
Adventures in Babysitting as like a childhood favorite.
Oh, Elizabeth Shue, you are flutter my heart right there.
She's beautiful. Yeah, there's some pretty strong homophobic slurs in that one.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy Delirious.
Yeah.
There is so much homophobic shit in that and Eddie Murphy Raw that I'm just like, like I remember watching both of those and being like, this is the height of a comedy. And now I'm just like, holy fuck, was that terrible. Like he was funny, don't get me wrong, but just the homophobic shit is just bad.
Yeah. No, and it is, that is the thing, I think. Anything like mid to late 90s and behind, you're just going to be like, well, there's going to be a lot of homophobia in this if it's branded as a comedy.
Yeah. Well, Netflix did blur out the slur in because we were watching the Adventures in Babysitting with my kids, and it is blurred out.
That is another thing to ask, because how do you watch the things you watched as a kid with your kids?
Oh, I always have kind of.
Animal House. I haven't watched that with my kids.
No,
you're not ready to.
Years, but I grew up in a house where, outside of really obvious exceptions, we were allowed to watch whatever we wanted, read whatever we wanted. that's not how I run my house or how I ran it. Because again, my kid's 16. If I say don't watch that, she's just gonna watch it in her room or watch it at a friend's house. Like I accept that. So, but like, so there were things when she was little, I'd be like, we're gonna wait. You don't need that. But for the most part, if I'm watching it with my kid, I could give context or turn it off, because that's also a thing. Sometimes you got to turn it off. But what I tried to raise her with is, if you're watching something and you don't like it, or it's making you uncomfortable, then you get to say that to us and stop it.
Fair.
And I thought that was more important than like being really like, what's the right age? It's like, no, if you're just making you uncomfortable, you just tell us and we will stop. Like everything else in life, hopefully.
Yeah, it's interesting. So like we had I had my kids watch two of my favorite movies that are comedies, which I don't watch a lot of comedies, but like Coming to America, like I fucking love that movie.
That's a good
There's
one.
also Boomerang, which that's what I want to show my kids yet, but haven't, but also Anchorman. But my kids are like, these things are fucking hilarious. And like the thing is, those are older movies for them. Like older stuff is kind of cringe, right? So you're just like, but the thing is, you can share that experience with your kids and be like, why is that not okay now? Well, okay, because these things, and it allows you to open conversations in a different way. So like, I have a question directly for Renee, if I can, because I don't think I've ever asked you this.
Ooh, put me on the spot.
Is your kid into horror movies like you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, it created a lot of discord in my in-laws.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's studies on this, right? Like we know this to be true. Horror is a safe place to experience very complicated emotions, right? And again, with the caveat that my child's always been told, like, if you don't like this, we turn it off. And she's pulled that card a few times. But then there's been other stuff where we've been watching it and I've been like so upset, and she's just been like, anybody got more popcorn? Like, so yeah. We just watched Hereditary as a family, and she was so pumped at the end of it because she enjoyed it so much. And I was like, oh, that movie actually scared the shit out of me, and that's not normal. I don't usually get scared.
I still think Hereditary is less scary than what's the other one, Ari Aster movie that A24 did?
A lot of them. You got to be more specific.
No, the one with Florence Pugh and
Midsummer.
Midsummer scared the absolute shit out of me. That movie stuck in my brain for like 3 days.
So the thing,
because it was done all in the daytime, there's just really fucked up things. I don't know. Like, sorry.
I'm not scared of movies or books very much at all. Like, it takes so much because I've been reading and watching horror since I was way too young. And I love it. So mostly the most you're going to get out of me is like, I'm excited by it. I'm not really scared. So I was actually very surprised at being scared by Hereditary. And what it did was it like broke my brain for a night, where because it got under my skin, like every weird fear I have like came to the surface full blast. So it's like, I can't be the one to shut the blinds, because if I look outside and someone's out there, I'll have a heart attack. Like, I can't sleep with a mirror facing the bed. When I went to brush my teeth, I was like, I can't even look at the mirror while I'm brushing my teeth. Like, it was very weird. It was just some primal thing that got me in that movie that, I don't know. It's the first time I've been scared of a horror movie in probably a decade.
Yeah. Have you seen any of those, Heather?
No.
No. Are you not a horror movie person?
I was escorted out of The Grudge.
Okay.
Because they thought a woman was being injured. And I was the woman, but I was screaming at max volume from The Grudge. I have never been in any attic of any of our houses because of that movie. And to solidify my true deep fear in that movie, one of my friends, because we were in college at the time that they came out, I remember watching it in the theater, and I remember being like balled up in the seat and screaming bloody murder. Wow. One of my friends followed me. We were we were in not dorms, but like an apartment, but we each had our own bedroom kind of thing. And one of my friends followed me to my bedroom, like crawling on her hands and knees, making the sound of The Grudge, like that. I was unwell. So, no, I don't do horror movies that well.
And I respect that, by the way. When I say the things I say about horror, it's with like, if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, I think it's really like there are people
don't watch shit you don't enjoy. Why do that? Why life's too short. There's a fucking 1,000 movies you could watch, and there's 8 million books you could read. Don't watch shit.
I've heard of parents and like people's partners like being like, no, you have to watch it. Like you have to, or like I'm a big fan of The Exorcist, and a lot of those people's first time seeing The Exorcist stories is that they begged to see it, and their parents made them a deal that they could watch it if they watched the whole thing, and their parents made them watch it despite being absolutely terrified. And that is insane to me. That is so abusive and terrible to me.
Yeah.
Like I can't cope with and that movie is all practical effects. So it's very realistic. And if you're a kid and
I remember the night I watched Scream, and we lived on an island, and there were no streetlights. So I remember I had to walk home in the dark by myself from my friend's house after watching Scream. And I joke with my friend, her and I are still friends, and I'm like, I hear that Usain Bolt is really fast.
Yeah.
But I'm very confident that I beat his record running.
On your way home.
Because I remember standing in like the light of her driveway, like her garage light, the arc of her light. And I remember like looking down the street at my house and being like, I got this.
Can make that.
Like I can make this. After watching Scream. So I've watched a bunch. I mean, I've watched the Screams. I've watched, I think I watched a lot of the ones that came out for my generation, like
that, like early 2000s
and
slasher movie, like
the slasher movie ones, the Ring, the I think the one that I liked the best was because I just didn't see it coming. Is I like more psychological thrillers. Was The Others? Finding out that the kids and the mom were the goat, like that for me was just like, oh my gosh, no, like that to me is, I love that.
Kind of a menace.
Yes.
Look at Daniel being a fucking menace here.
Okay.
My mom has a story that she hid behind the couch while her brothers were watching Carrie, the original Carrie. And one of her brothers caught her, but was like, just don't tell mom. But then when she got up to go to bed, he reached and grabbed her ankle, like right after the scene of Carrie's hand coming out, and she screamed bloody murder. They all got in trouble. My mom's never been a fan of horror ever since.
Yep. Yeah. My parents weren't big horror film. I think I like more psychological thrillers. That is more kind of like the genre I like. But
all right. Well, it's getting time to wrap. So we will wrap, Doug, by doing this. Mom's first. What y'all have?
Yeah.
I only had the one because I had 2 glasses of wine before I came here today.
Smart. I only
pre-gaming.
Pre-gaming. I haven't eaten yet, so I just had the one, and it was big, and it was delicious. And I recommend a mezcal Paloma to anybody who's curious about it. They're very simple to make, and they're delicious.
Doug, I loved it. She said it was big and delicious. Doug, was yours big and delicious?
I don't know if I can follow that up. Anyway, so I had the Myers Creek. I'm going to do them things that I liked most. This was a West Coast Pilsner. I love the can art. It was fine. This was the California Common Crookerville Copper, which was interesting because it was a little sweet. So
they're coming back.
Yep. But best thing I drank tonight was this, which was the Belgian triple from Dule Today. I don't know what, just a odd label, but like it was
8
good.
years ago or something.
Yeah, it was from 2023. It was bottled, so tasty, so good. But like I said, I had a good night with beer. So, and I had a good night with our guests because they were fucking great.
Really, Doug?
Yeah. What do you got?
Oh, we can only see.
Some beers we can't see. This one, Doug sent me. All right, Doug. Nice can art, Doug.
Buskill makes good can art, man.
It's like a damn picture. And this one Daniel sent me, which is very, on the other end, very simple.
Mm-hmm.
What's even going on with that?
No clue.
Yeah, Doug. What do we have next week, Doug?
I have not even looked. So
I'm going there. I'm there.
All right, do it.
I'm not there.
I'm getting there slowly but sure.
I'm not there.
I'm not there. I'm there. I'm not there. I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm there. Oh, really?
Yeah, Marcus Baskerville, baby. This is gonna be fun. Marcus Baskerville started the Black is Beautiful beer movement. That was when he was at Weathered Souls. So it's gonna be interesting. He's not anywhere in that realm now. He's working for a different group, making beer, and so yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he has to say about how the realm of beer now. So as a black brewer and him doing that stuff, so it's gonna be interesting.
It is. It is. It is. Let's see. Did we go through these? Daniel's Kitchen. Was it C or D at work?
The fact that at his work the sink is C or D. The work when you're at work, that is
wash your own dishes. Clean up after yourself. For goodness sake.
That is fucking gross.
Doug, didn't mean to make you cry. Sometimes wish I've never been born at all.
Yeah, that was my queen thing, Mama.
I figured it out halfway through and had to keep myself laughing.
Yeah, not trying to trigger Renee with this, but it was one we marked off. We also have there's a new synthetic opioid going around that does not show up in drug screens. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Hopefully that just means they have to develop a new screener for it because that's, but yeah, it's scary out there.
Well, we would like to thank you, right, Doug?
Yes, thank you both for being here, Heather and Renee.
Thanks for
normally we have a couple other folks, and unfortunately, I think come up and they couldn't be here. But man, you got to just bring it every time you're here. Both of you, just thank you for being here. This has been great, and hopefully we can have you next year for the Mother's Day show because it's always fun here for that. So thank you. One of my favorite shows of the year. I always enjoy it when you're here.
Happy to be here, guys.
And most importantly, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.